the difference between good women and gold diggers. Today, we're going to talk about a sensitive yet essential topic, the comparison between good women and gold diggers. We'll look into how to identify them, and I'll also share my thoughts on why I strongly believe that marrying young is actually a solution to many of the emotional and structural problems of our society, and even globally. I'll explain why, in my experience, early marriage never became an obstacle in my career or growth. Unfortunately, young men today are being fed this idea that they must be financially well-established with a booming career before even thinking about marriage. I'm not saying money and career success aren't important. Of course, a man should aim to reach his full potential, and that remains one of his most attractive traits. But let me be clear, this potential can still be achieved within marriage. You don't have to delay companionship for the sake of success. If my content brings value to your life, I encourage you to support me by subscribing to this channel, and I genuinely love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. I read every single comment you share, and I truly learn a lot from you. I'm extremely grateful for all the support and encouragement. I also welcome positive criticism because that, too, helps me grow. So, without further delay, let's begin this discussion, which comes not just from books or theory, but from my real-life experience of being married for more than a decade, alhamdulillah, and nearly 10 years of counseling and working closely with women and couples in therapy sessions, workshops, and seminars. Alhamdulillah, I got married quite young, in contrast to today's trend of late marriages. I also became a mother at a young age. My children literally grew up with me, and instead of holding me back, that phase became a powerful learning journey. Now that they're older, I have the time and space to pursue things that many women my age can't because their children are still young and their hands are full. So yes, I firmly believe that early marriage solves a lot of our problems, particularly for young men. Young men today are led to believe that unless they become very wealthy, they shouldn't consider marriage. But often, by the time they do gather wealth, they attract the wrong kind of partner. Not someone who loves them for who they are, but someone drawn to their money. This is the harsh reality, and I must say, men are partly responsible too because they are influenced heavily by social media. Social media has set unrealistic standards for love and relationships. We see influencers giving their wives expensive cars, lavish gifts, and designer bags, and this becomes the measure of love for many. Young men start believing that this is what women expect. They overextend themselves trying to please women through material means. But let me tell you, truly good women are not after your money. There's an old saying, a woman's loyalty is revealed when her man is going through hard times, and a man's loyalty is shown when he becomes successful. I've seen both to be 100% true. If a woman is only with a man because of his money, it becomes obvious when he goes through hardship. And no, I'm not saying a woman must support a man who isn't fulfilling his responsibilities. A man must provide and protect. But if he is trying, even if success isn't coming easily, that effort deserves support. That's when a wife should stand by her husband and manage life with whatever little they have. Conversely, when a man becomes wealthy, that's when many women chase him, but not for who he is. These women have no emotional intimacy, no connection, no interest in his values or personality. All they want is for him to spend lavishly on them. That's when you see a man's real character, whether he stays loyal to his wife or not. Our parents' generation was more content with settling. They didn't expect perfect compatibility or constant emotional engagement. But today's youth, rightly so, want fulfilling relationships. They want emotionally available, good-looking, supportive partners with whom they can grow and share every dimension of life. And those who build such relationships will experience far more fulfilling marriages than past generations. When you marry young, you often meet your spouse before either of you is fully settled, financially or otherwise. You grow together. You support each other's dreams. Young women, in particular, tend to be more flexible, emotionally open, and adaptable, which helps them adjust better and form deep bonds. But we're also seeing a shift. As women pursue more education and careers, which is commendable, there's also a side effect. They begin adopting masculine traits: competitiveness, assertiveness, emotional rigidity. These traits, while useful at work, can hinder the softness and flexibility needed in a marital relationship. Many now see surrendering or compromising in marriage as weakness, which it's not. It's about love and trust, not power or control. When you marry someone early in their financial journey, it's likely that your bond is genuine, not based on status or wealth. That love is pure and rooted in sincerity. You see the real person, not the image success creates. And I say this not just from observation, but personal experience. In my own marriage, I've seen both the best and the worst, the highs and the lows. There was a time when we were going through major financial hardship. Our business suffered deeply. I remember even my son was